tanks, SCVs, and Vikings. Thinks he can counter that with a mix of Marauders, Vikings, and yeah, it's the battle of tanks versus Marauder Viking. So we'll see if anything happens now. The lull in everything. Not much action going on. Let's see what the build here is. For now, I would like to think that going the Marauder route is a little bit more cost effective, and not that they're going to hit this in the end game, but you know, I've definitely seen that when you're doing a mass battle between tier 1 units and someone trying to mass tier 2, that sometimes in the late game you will run into a situation where the tier 1 units really can be masked faster and also are more cost effective. So if you can manage to micro well enough, I've seen this in some of the games, then the tier 1 units can actually do a pretty good job holding up against slightly higher tier units. Jimpo here trying to scout and just playing around. Goodbye, Widow 1. They're constantly scanning each other's bases to see what's going on. DeMusliM finally takes his. Now Jimpo not ahead, even though he has the 3 base, still behind in the harvester count, and probably not. DeMusliM now just scouting freely. Jimpo doesn't want to raise at this point, does not want to raise his units, so DeMuslim's just going to waltz in here and probably just land. Pretty interesting that Jimpo doesn't want to go up, he just wants to wait for them to land. That can't hit him with anything, doesn't really have anything, hasn't gone Thors yet, so kind of an interesting play here from both players. Jimpo obviously realizing that he can't. There you go. Here are the Marines, kind of driving them out. DeMusliM not going to land though. So, and oh, here we go. Building, realizing that he probably should mix up his ground units a little bit. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. We are starting to see a big mass game. This probably just come down to one big push and one big battle. Neither player really trying to push ahead. Jimpo deciding that he doesn't even want to get caught off guard with the Vikings at all, so just wants to keep them completely on the ground. And I think the DeMusliM here is just waiting for an opportunity with a slightly faster and more versatile. Here, finally, probably going to snipe out. Probably going to come down, pop up, yeah. Try to take out some sliding blows too, harassment. I assume there's a good amount of micro Jimpo. Might want to just siege up a few tanks in here in case DeMusliM lands again. Get a few blasts off. It can always pull that out, but doesn't really have too much to defend. Here we go. Finally, oh, he has the Thor's out. Now going to drive DeMusliM off completely. DeMusliM, meanwhile, is getting scanned. Let's see what each other can see. Yeah, Jimpo sees everything. DeMusliM does not know that Jimpo went ahead and he's going to take a 4th base, getting mined out here. So switch, still going to be on 3 base with the gold, moving everyone here, and Jimpo just biding his time, really. Everyone just trying to mass as much as possible. Army count at wow, looks like meanwhile, even though Jimpo has kind of slipped on the macro a little bit. Not too sure, but his unit count is pretty low. I think he might have been. I saw him building like 4 supply depots at once, but probably worrying more about expanding than forces. At this point, I'd have to. DeMusliM up by 190 to 158. I'm pretty sure. And here you go. Jimpo's forces are completely gone. Caught up by, not able to do anything. DeMusliM, meanwhile, comes in with a big drop and Jimpo ready for it, and we'll see what happens here. Jimpo coming with pure Marauders, which is fine. It was a good mix for this. Takes out the Commander. His only purpose was to wipe that out. Now we're starting to get into He knows that this has become a big macro game, so now it's really about going to be harassing the units. Kind of smart here. Jimpo has this people and knows that that's there. DeMusliM trying to hide it in case there's any major scan. DeMusliM, meanwhile, landing into Jimpo's base and pretty much just free reign at this point. The Vikings being a super versatile unit. I don't think that was a very good two-pronged attack from DeMusliM, kind of driving away attention from the other side. So this pretty much, I'd assume that Jimpo is going to GG pretty soon. He's pretty far behind on both counts, and now is completely supply blocked. 163 over 78. Yep, and no, that franchise wasn't. So here we go. Jimpo has almost no days left. Trying to build Jimpo having to put these up. DeMusliM, Jimpo probably has one last major push right now, so here it is, and we'll see whether or not he can pull it off. I doubt it, but you never know. Maybe his micro is going to be completely stellar. He has the Thors in there, but here we go. Two-pronged attack from DeMusliM from both sides. Now, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on massive Marauder fall? Or, yep, it's pretty much going to spike up. Jimpo's going to GG. There we go, the GG from Jimpo. So, DeMusliM showing his macro dominance. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Another broadcast from JCS Starcraft. And if you have any comments or criticisms or anything, love to hear it. Still pretty new to this, and we just want to hear your feedback. So, JCS Starcraft signing off.